Well, hello, everyone. This is Koji. Welcome to another bonus episode of Conversations with Koji. Today, I have my ace, number one rider, Tanika, your girl, Jiggy. Hey, girl.
Hey girl, hey y'all.
Yes, so today we are going to discuss Traitors and Love is Blind. So, y'all are in for a double treat. Y'all already know how we do. We are going to get into it, not just surface level, but y'all already know what y'all going to be getting into. So we're going to tackle Traders first, the latest episode. Now, I
Episode
think
7,
huh,
8. What episode are we on?
this
8,
was
right?
episode 8.
Okay.
This was episode 8. I think we have what, 2 episodes left?
I feel like we can't. I feel like it's way too many people left in this house for only 2 episodes.
That's what I'm saying. And I feel like with Deontay leaving, I, that was such an unexpected thing as well, right? I mean, I don't know. I feel like when we've had Big Brother before and people have left or unexpected things have happened, it just seems like it shifts the game a little bit. So I don't know, are they extending or I don't know, but it does not feel like it's going to be over in 2 episodes.
It can't. I feel like from season 1, they kind of knew they had a hit on their hands. I feel like you go in the editing room and you see Phaedra doing Phaedra, and you like, do we cut this off at 10 episodes?
Hmm.
But they know how many people's in the house. Like I can't off the top of my head remember how many were at that final round table by the fire pit.
Hmm.
I feel like it was 4 or 5.
Hmm.
But I feel like there's still 10 people in the house, at least.
Sure. It's seriously like, and then you have Kate. See, they brought in Kate, which gave an additional cast member. Even you take away Deontay, there's still Kate.
I really
There's
gotta
still
figure
too
out how
many
many people's in
people.
this house.
There's still too many people. You have Sandra, you have Pete, you have Trishelle, you have CT, you have Kevin, you have John, you have Phaedra, you have
Hmm.
Sheree, you have MJ,
Hmm.
you have
Kate. I didn't write Kate
that's
down.
nine. That's nine right now on my
Six,
hand.
8. That's 10. Phaedra, Sandra, Pete, John, Trishelle, CT, Kevin, Sheree, MJ, and Kate.
And I'm missing somebody else, I feel like. Well, Parvati just left.
Poverty just left.
Hmm. There's still too many people.
That's 10. So we can't. So they recruited this week. Somebody has to die. They got to recruit and die. You can't, because last week when they tried to recruit Peter, it was like
Hmm.
recruit and no one dies.
Right.
This week she has to recruit Kate. Kate is become a traitor or die. Even if she becomes a traitor, they have to kill somebody else. It's just far too many people. Even if
Right.
they do 12 episodes, it's still far too many people in this house. Like it
Do
has to be
you
a double elimination coming or
that
something.
I was just fixing to ask you, do you think they're going to do the a la Big Brother double eviction, triple eviction? Like, I mean, we gotta do something to
I
get
wouldn't. I think that's unfair at the round table.
you
Like
think
you
so?
can defend your because it's usually two people that are the options. And
Hmm.
if you defend yourself and you survive one eviction, I feel like, oh, we got another vote. It's automatic. You're gone. You can't, if you had a day to change people's minds and some things to happen and maybe to get a shield or whatever, shield doesn't work at the round table, but like
Right.
somebody else to make themselves suspicious, you can protect yourself from getting banished. But if it's back to back banishments, whoever the two people are that got their names written down the most, y'all are the two going home. And I don't know that
Yeah,
I like that. Like I want you to have a
yeah,
fighting
me too.
chance.
I agree. Yeah, and it does take away from the game a little bit if you think of it that way, because I feel like all of them have worked so hard to build up these alliances. They've gone through competitions, and then to not, like you said, have that fighting chance, that would be a little bit of letdown. I do want to say this show, this season, did not expect the hoopla. They did not expect the Thursday. Like, it is giving, and I told you this, it is giving old school scandal TGIT. And the show immediately renewed it. By the way, audience, I don't know if y'all are aware, but it has been renewed for season three. Casting is already in process. I think Sharon Tharp confirmed it as casting. Filming will start what, May, June, something like that.
Yeah,
I
we should get
believe
another
so.
season this year. Like let's
Right.
don't be
So
hesitating.
yeah, so I think the dynamic, like you said, of Phaedra. I do want to ask you, were you in fear, a little bit hesitant for Phaedra this week? This week, because Phaedra, the food thing,
She gotta cut it
ooh,
out.
child,
She gotta
baby,
stop.
I'm gonna need. Okay, listen, the preserved and the what was it? Preserved and cream cheese or
Mm-hmm.
meat and the boiled eggs, and every week she trying to come up with something when they coming in. This week I was a little bit worried for her.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I
How
think
were you going into it?
I think honestly, I don't think there's any path for Phaedra to win this show. I think that's gone.
Really?
There's too much suspicion on you. I think
Mm,
there's a path for her to make it to um that final round table at the fire pit if they still do the fire pit like they did last year. But I
right.
think to get to win it, you have to get rid of some people that are on your side. I think there's no way Phaedra wins this game if she's standing at that fire pit with Sandra. Because one thing, Sandra is not no fool. And you can get here. I know that you're a traitor in the back of my mind. I don't need to eliminate you. I can eliminate Pete and Trishelle and whoever the hell else that I'm not sure about, but I know you're a
Mm-hmm.
traitor. So at the end, I can cut you and not even take my chance. But like she has to get rid of Trishelle. You got to get rid of Pete. You got to get rid of John because I don't think John's a fool either. I think if you're at that fire pit
I
and he
agree.
looking across at you and there's been a lot of suspicion, why would he take the chance of you taking all the money? I'm gonna get rid of you either way. Phaedra, you gotta go. I just don't see a path for her to win the show. It's too many intelligent
Interesting.
people. Like if it's just Kevin and Sheree, and I don't know, maybe Kate. I think Kate is
Uh-huh.
intelligent, but like
Uh-huh.
she's your ride or die. I could see maybe you fooling them at the final fire pit, but you're not gonna pull one over on Sandra, and I don't think John either. So I don't
Yeah.
see it.
Kevin, and just to, you know, go back, because I know we're kind of all over the place, which says a lot about Traitors though. Like when
Hmm.
you get to talking about the show, it's so many things going on at once that you just end up talking about everything.
Hmm.
At the beginning of the show, we find out that Bergie has been murdered. What did you think about that? Like, was that a smart move?
No, not for Phaedra.
Not for
I think
Phaedra.
Phaedra has played being a traitor very passive.
Yes.
And I think that has worked for her in some instances. Like when they had to poison somebody, baby, I don't want to look at this goblet. Y'all do what y'all got to do. As long as you don't give it to Sheree,
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a damn. I'm walking
Mm-hmm.
out, handle y'all business. Because ain't nobody
Mm-hmm.
going to see me with this goblet. When they made the decision to try to banish Bergie before Dan left, I wash my hands of it. Nobody suspected me. Whoever y'all kill, didn't nobody tell me about who might have a shield, who might not have a shield. I ain't got nothing to do with it. Y'all do y'all thing. But I think this week, when she has some suspicion on her, you have to make the best decision for you now. It's time to speak up. And
Yes.
I think, I don't know if she knows that Trishelle is saying her name, but I feel like she should know that Bergie wasn't coming for her in any way. So how does that help you?
But Bergie has been very vocal in his trust of her.
Hmm.
Like he even said that right in the
Hmm.
round table in a prior episode when I think Dan called her out.
Hmm.
I believe Bergie voiced his trust for her. That's her Bergielicious. Like,
Yep.
baby, I'm gonna need you to give a little debate because that was a person I feel that could be a voice box for you whenever anything would hit the fan. Like if Bergie was still at that round table this last episode, I think that could be a voice
I
for
think
her.
he
I'm
could,
gonna
but
go.
I think Bergie wasn't no damn fool either. So I think
Yeah,
eventually he would have been suspicious of her. But like
yeah, I agree.
she wants her hands to be clean of the murders. She Whoever dies, she doesn't want them to sit at the breakfast table and be like, now
Mm-hmm.
Phaedra may have had a reason to kill them.
Mm-hmm.
She don't want to know nothing about it. I didn't say nothing about it. It wasn't me.
But at the
And
same
Bergie
time,
does
you have
that
to
because there's no reason for Phaedra to want to kill Bergie, but also you lost an ally because you didn't speak up.
exactly, and that's what I'm saying. You would think like you can't turn on your lawyer cap only when someone comes for you.
Hmm.
You know,
You have to
it can't
think
be only then.
strategically at all times. That
Yeah,
lawyer
that's what
should
I'm
always
saying.
be
Like
on. Hmm.
you can't be aloof other times. And then when somebody comes for you, it's like, okay, baby. Da, 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 da. I'm like, baby, I'm gonna need you not to be talking about eggs all the time and preserves. Like, be
Especially
strategic.
since multiple people have said you are too comfortable at this breakfast table.
Yep.
You are real suspicious because you are not concerned about who's coming through the
Mm-hmm.
door. You act like you already know who's coming through the door.
One hundred
So
percent.
why you won't stop doing that? I don't know. I
One
don't know.
hundred percent. I really feel like that. And then, you weren't on the show when I talked about it before, and then I didn't do an episode for 7. But I know that there was like a little bit of talk about like Sandra and like just how she was. But can we give her kudos and the way she was being strategic with the balls and everything? Because I don't know if some people, I mean, the Survivor fans, the people who watched her, they understand her process and how she is as a game player. But I really feel like she's not getting the type of credit she deserves.
Hmm.
She is a very, and I said this in my recap. Now, Parvati's gone, yes, but her and Parvati, they know how to win,
Yep.
they know how to survive by any means necessary. Sandra, baby, she is a grab the pebbles, grab the grass. It reminded me of Big Brother when
Yep.
you are trying to figure out memory, how you gonna win the veto or the competition. They get the cereals and the jelly beans and
You always need a
they got
visual
everything.
aid. You got to help people
They
out. Hmm.
thank you. So I I loved
One
it.
thing about me, I'm always gonna give the legend, the icon, Sandra Diaz-Twine
Yes.
her things. Always.
Hmm.
And this brings me back to a question you had earlier about was I nervous for Phaedra?
Mm.
Sandra reminded me that it's a numbers game. So I
Yes.
wasn't that nervous for Phaedra, like because who is going? You don't have enough people to write her name down. She had the little balls, and it was like, this is how many people we got in our crew, and this is how many they got over there. And I was not convinced that Trishelle could convince the Bravo mom crew that has CT in it to turn against Phaedra. You don't have enough people. So like
Right.
I was worried, but in the back of my mind, I remember Sandra at this pool table showing me with her
Right.
visual aid, because I needed the visual aid just like everybody in the house, how many
Everybody
people they
else.
had on each side.
Yes. Yes.
So that's
Exactly.
what Sandra does. And she's always counting those balls. She's never she never forgets how many people she has on her side. She's always
Hmm.
going to be on the right side of the vote, which is why for me, she's my pick'em to win. She's too
Yeah.
smart. She knows how to get to the end. She's buttering
Yes.
up Phaedra with that comfort in her when Phaedra was trying to squeeze out them
Girl,
tears at that round
listen.
table.
Listen.
Don't sleep on Sandra, please.
Listen. When Phaedra at the end of that vote, the way she,
One is in a tear in sight.
girl, that comfort, I was like, ooh, baby, it is given whenever I'm ready to get you out, I'm gonna get you out. But
That's the part.
today, girl,
Today
but
ain't today. I still need your numbers, but
but
I see
today
you,
I'm
girl.
just pissed.
I see you, girl.
Right,
You
right,
all
right.
right,
But
sister?
today I got you, girl.
Don't
You
cry.
know,
It's all right, baby. We didn't
um,
believe him. We believe him, but we didn't believe him.
right. And listen, at that round table, girl, I was so shook because earlier on in the day when Parvati was doing her rounds of trying to win Best Actress, okay, for the Emmys, baby, she was trying to rip that award from Phaedra, right? And she was talking to John, honey, because John, listen, Mr. ex UK Parliament, he was looking at her and he was like, hmm, okay. And she was like, and I just, and he was like, yeah, like I believe you. Okay, all's forgiven. Girl, it was debate time at that round table. I really thought, I didn't know what I thought from John Burkott, honey, House of Burkott. But when he said what he said, I was like,
Baby, he got
dang,
that Duchess of Deception when he was sitting there and she was sitting in his face telling every kind of lie she could think of. He was like, oh, this is a Duchess of Deception because I'm not a fool. I might be a lot of things, but I ain't a damn fool. And she over here, she can't hasn't fixed her face. She barely smiled. It's no emotions. And now all of a sudden you crying about how, oh, I just believe Dan so bad. I thought he was on my side. I'm so sorry. I'm not a traitor. Girl. Be for real.
I was seriously too outdone. It was
I mean,
crazy.
she tried. She followed Phaedra's advice. Phaedra said, you got to soften your heart. You can't be
She
running
did.
around here squinting and frowning up at
Mm-hmm.
everybody. You just got to be more human. So
She did.
she did what she had to do.
But I will say, Phaedra at the midnight hour pulling that out of her back pocket. And I'm so glad that she left out of that room because
It was
I
perfect.
was I was really, really worried. And that was so stupid of Peter. Like,
Yep.
I was like, okay, Peter, you didn't take the deal.
I wouldn't have either. I think that was smart.
You didn't take the deal, but then you decided to take them in the room. Now you figured Parvati was a traitor. Now your suspicion of Phaedra, but you said you trusted Phaedra, but I don't know what that was about. I think in the back of his mind, he still was thinking about what Dan had said. but you brought both of them in the room and talked about working with them. I'm so glad that Phaedra left out of there, because at that round table, the fact that she was able to pull that out of there and everybody was just like, what? And now you bring distrust within those faithfuls, because now Kevin. And Kevin, like I said in my first recap, I consider those people loners. And now you have a loner that is suspicious of Pete. So I'm thinking that Pete will definitely go before Phaedra. Do you
Absolutely.
agree with that?
If Phaedra's smart, if she plays it right, I think she saved herself 1 week.
Okay.
Because you get rid of P, but you still have Trishelle there being really loud, letting people know. And you can't murder Trishelle. I'm sorry, there is no way you can murder. Just like I said, when it was Dan's turn to murder people, and Pete was like, I see you. I know what you're doing. You're not fooling me. You cannot murder him. Because to me, when you murder somebody, it should cause confusion and not clarity.
Right.
So if Trishelle turns up dead, who did that? She's only saying one person's name. Phaedra, you are a traitor, and it's obvious now.
Yes.
Because why would Sandra want Trishelle dead? Or why would John want Trishelle dead? Or why would Sheree? It makes no sense. You are the only one. But she has a predicament, because who do you kill? John? Kevin? Like, you have to whittle those numbers down over there, but you also want to cause confusion. So do you kill MJ, even though she's one of your numbers? I think I maybe would. But how do you convince Kate of that? To me, that's another mistake. You chose Kate to be a traitor. I would not have done that.
And see, like I said, with the Kate thing, because I think for you were more about she should have chose Trishelle, right?
Because to me, she puts Trishelle in the same predicament Peter is in right now. You ran around this house saying poverty, 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 and then you switched it up to Phaedra, and now everybody is looking at you like, what the hell are you doing? Now I can't trust you. So if Trishelle is a traitor, I don't think you can continue to press on Phaedra. You have to make it somebody else, because she's a traitor with you, and this is your first night of being a traitor.
Yeah, but see, like I told you though, Trishelle has such a disdain for Phaedra at this point. I just don't trust that she would be, even though, yes,
you think the night that Phaedra recruits her, she immediately continues to say, we got to get Phaedra out, Phaedra out, Phaedra out?
No, ma'am. Yes. I don't trust her. Girl, please. No, ma'am.
I think she would chill out at least one murder and banishment. Like, she would go back to it. I don't think she would. I feel like it's a kumbaya, buddy. We traitors, me and you, girl, traitors.
Girl, hell
at
no.
least one night.
Hell
you don't
no.
think so?
No, ma'am. Because you know she want her out anyway over CT. Anyway, let me not be messy. But
it is a little jealousy.
I don't know, because it's giving like, baby, me and CT been down for decades, and girl, you up here with your castle daddy, and you kind of in the way. How you doing? Like, girl, you need to move around. We need to get you out of the way. But on a serious note, I just feel like for Trishelle, she's a very type A, hungry, competitive person. Phaedra is more even keel, go with the flow. And for me, I feel like it would just be too much. Yes, confirmation. Yes, I need to go ahead and slide in and get her out. For Kate, and I said this, the recognition of Kate being able to be in the room with the people, being in the room with the faithfuls, her being able to have that ear, because she doesn't have Dan anymore. She doesn't have Parvati anymore. And we know they were able to be in the room, especially Parvati ass. Parvati was able to be in the rooms. And so now with Kate, because there is still heat on Phaedra, let's be real, there's still some heat on her. So with Kate, she's able to have her be in that room, and there she's able to come back and say, well, girl, they were saying this and they were saying this, and they can hopefully move a little forward.
So why don't you choose John or Kevin? Why don't you add to your numbers? You already have Kate. She's on your side. John is already in the room.
You know what? John may have been a good choice. Maybe the reason why Phaedra didn't choose John is because of how much he seems to be such a loyalist. And maybe she felt like he just wouldn't be able to.
If he turned it down, you die. So
that is true. But
you either come over here or they lose another number.
You know what? That's very true. I agree.
I just feel like there's no benefit from Kate being a traitor. She's already on your side. She's already Bravo crew. She's already a number. And while she may eventually be convinced to be suspicious of you, she's not that right now.
Okay. And you know what? John did show at the round table that he at least wouldn't want to try to cut your throat like Trishelle. So I agree with you on that. That was a nice little debate, friend.
Yeah.
we agree.
I know everybody hates Trishelle. They want her out of the picture as soon as possible. But I think the sooner Trishelle goes home, the more in danger Phaedra is.
I agree with that. Yeah, 100%. So, okay, before we move on to the mess that is
the mess
that is love is blind. What are your predictions for this next episode? Where do you think we're going? Kate, do you think she is going to choose 100%?
I mean, Kate just got here. I'm not gonna die because I don't want to be a traitor. I think Kate's going to be a great traitor. Actually, it's not the choice that I would make, but it's a good choice. I think she's going to be a great traitor. Kate could win. She could take all the money. I could see her still standing at the end and people not being suspicious. I think Peter is getting banished at the next round table. I think he has to. If Phaedra plays her cards right, it's easy. Like the path is laid for her to put all the suspicion on him because he thinks he's the smartest person in the room while he does dumb shit after dumb shit after dumb shit. So to me, that should be an easy banishment. But Phaedra has to speak up. She wants to be passive. She wants to lay back and let the cards fall where they may, and she can't. It's too much suspicion on her.
She has to put some more bass in her voice.
Has to.
She
got to start naming people. She got to start whispering in corners. She got to start doing all of the things that 100%.
I agree. When she's in the room with people, she has to be more vocal. Baby, put the cheese down and start putting that, you girl.
Because you were in the room. Peter pulled you in a room with Parvati. Why are you not like, why is Peter not dead? I'm just sitting in the room and just saying that out of nowhere. Why is Peter? Because somebody was recruited. Peter was talking about Dan real loud. He should have got murdered in his sleep that night, but he came to breakfast. Nobody died, and somebody was recruited. There's another traitor. Y'all don't find it interesting that all of a sudden he didn't think Parvati was a traitor? That's not interesting to y'all? Okay.
I definitely would have been like, oh, y'all remember that day when Peter came to breakfast and he sure was acting a certain way? Didn't he seem a little arrogant that day when he was offered that? Yeah, I really would have kind of played that up. And then
like every time it's a lull in the conversation. Who Who y'all think got recruited? Because, like, you remember right before Dan was banished, Alan said something about a recruitment, but we don't know who y'all think that was. Oh,
Who y'all think that was? Because why did he have us in that room like that, child? Yeah, because I had left out of there because he trying to
I had to
recruit
go
me
because
to work with
I
me.
didn't want no part of whatever they was talking about because y'all was already suspicious of Parvati.
I sure
I didn't want
didn't.
to be in here. I left. I don't know
Look,
what happened.
that's why I be trying to make sure that I'm talking in the hallway so that everybody
Mm-hmm.
can see me, because I don't want nobody thinking that I'm a traitor.
To me, that's an easy path to get the suspicion on Peter. But will she do that? I don't know.
I need her to
She
do
hasn't
that.
done it because I would have been doing it since before Dan left.
But you know what? I have a feeling with her recruiting Kate may tell her that.
Mm-hmm.
Kate probably will tell, because you know Kate is vocal as hell.
Yep.
So maybe Kate will kind of put in her ear like, girl, listen, you need to go ahead and speak up a little bit.
But like the problem is that that Peter is not a traitor. So you banish him when he stands up there and looks at them people and say, I'm a
Oh
faithful.
my God, I know.
Not everybody is looking at Phaedra because you were the main one he was suspicious of. Damn, maybe he was right. We fucked up. We coming for you, Phaedra. There is no path for Phaedra to
There
win this
is
game.
no path.
No
Oh
path.
my God, Tanika, there's no path.
There's no path.
Oh my God, Tanika, there's no path because she's the lone traitor now. And there's so many people left, bitch.
Not with Trishelle in there. Not with Sandra is the one. Like, you gotta murder Sandra tonight. She is too smart. But the thing is, I don't know. They don't know Sandra's resume. I don't think, at least Phaedra doesn't, and I don't think Kate will either. And she's on their side, so they're gonna think they can trust her. There's no path for Phaedra to win this game with Sandra in this house. There's just not. I don't think there is. I don't see how you do it. Maybe, I mean, she's a lawyer and I'm not. Maybe she can think more strategically than I can, but I don't see the path.
Yeah, at this point, I don't see it either. Girl, listen, if she survives,
if she dies, if she get banished this week, then Phaedra, you are not the player I thought you was. I thought you had your things together. But if she survives this week and the following week, I'm shocked. It's a miracle of miracles. You did your thing, girl. Congrats.
I will be shocked. I give her MVP.
Oh, she's MVP regardless.
She really is, though.
She made the season. Like, whoever
really
did the
is.
casting, they better have got a raise because when you
Girl,
got Phaedra Parks on this show, you did your thing.
You have all of America that never watched Traitors watching, okay?
Yep.
You have people going back watching season 1. Like, you have people tuned the fuck in.
Yep.
So, kudos to Peacock. If you have not watched Traitors yet, tune in. We be down to the Twitter Thursday, 8 p.m. We got the spaces going on and everything
the
else.
spaces be
Okay?
given every week. Thank y'all, whoever at Peacock decides to put that episode up like a good 15 minutes early. We appreciate y'all.
Who is the intern? Who is the intern? Because the intern be ahead of time.
We be ready.
I think it'd be an intern that go ahead and release that shit.
Whoever's at casting, please call Nene Leak's phone. Please call Tamar Braxton's phone.
Please.
We need this level of
Jackie Christie. Please
Tammy
call
Roman.
Jackie Christie. Thank you. Tammy Roman. And who else? You said somebody else too.
Oh, it's a whole bunch of people. Ika Wong. We talked about Ika Wong. I would like to see Boston Rob down here. Get Omarosa down. Omarosa gave it on Big Brother.
Lord Jesus, not
Celebrity
Omarosa.
Big Brother. Bring Omarosa on down here.
Not you.
Omarosa gave what the hell show she was? Villains.
House of Villains.
House of Villains. She was doing her little thing over there.
You might as well bring, girl. You might as well bring Pauly D down there. Shit,
Bring Polly D on
bring
down here.
Pauly D down there.
Mhm.
Girl, listen, that would be a mess.
That's what we
Okay.
want. We want the mess.
We want the mess because it was given. So,
Yep.
okay, you guys. Well, y'all
Child.
need to tune in. Okay. Well, we're gonna switch up things and we're gonna talk about some love. We're gonna talk about love.
Is there any love on this season of Love is Blind? I gotta think. I don't know. I don't see it, but okay.